Hi, I know that your bank has recently filed a notice of sale and set a foreclosure date for your property within the next 3 to 4 weeks. If you don't have that information, I'm happy to provide it to you. Feel free to contact me at the end of this video. But I just wanted to share 9 mistakes that people tend to make at this point when their bank has set a foreclosure sale date. 9 things that you definitely want to avoid, you don't want to do. So the first is, don't deed over your house to somebody else, a relative, a family member, anybody else, a friend. Don't deed it over to somebody else thinking that that's going to stop the foreclosure, because the bank, their claim on the house still stays with them. They still have the right to foreclose on your house, even if you quit claim it over to a relative or friend or somebody like that. Number 2 is, don't trust anybody that says they're going to make your payments for you. Again, whether it's a family or friend or somebody who's contacted you, a real estate investor, somebody like that, anybody who says they're going to make payments for you, typically that's one of the more common foreclosure scams that are out there. So don't do that. Don't trust anybody to do that. Number 3 is, don't file bankruptcy thinking that that's going to save your house. Bankruptcy is not going to avoid the foreclosure. It will postpone it a couple of months. It'll buy you a couple of months in your house, but it's at the expense of really ruining your credit. A short sale can really do the same thing for you as far as buying you some more time in your property. Some people have a good reason for bankruptcy. If you have other debts, bankruptcy could be an option for you. I definitely encourage you to speak to an attorney, but don't file bankruptcy thinking that that's going to save your house from foreclosure. Number 4 is, don't sign any blank documents with anybody. If anybody comes to your house, whether it's a real estate agent, a real estate investor, an attorney, don't sign anything that is not completely filled out with anybody. You're in a situation where you're at the point people are trying to maybe take advantage of the impending foreclosure. Don't sign anything that's blank with anybody. Don't sign anything that you do not understand with somebody. The 5th mistake I see people make is they're still holding on to hope that they're going to get a loan modification at this point. And chances are, if your bank has gone this far to file a notice of sale and to set a foreclosure date, they're very unlikely that they're going to work with you on loan modification. I see people hold on to that to the very last minute only to have their house go to foreclosure and the sheriff show up with an eviction notice. It's very disappointing. I know that's tough, but the sooner you realize that, the better off you are in exploring other options and really setting yourself and your family up for a better future going forward. Number 6 is, don't try to do a short sale to a family member or friend or somebody else that you know, thinking that you can then buy the house back, or you can keep the house in the family. That's illegal. That's fraud. And the IRS, the FBI, and most of the banks are starting to investigate these types of things because it's happening a little bit more frequently. And when we're beyond all of the foreclosures, they're going to go back and audit many of these files. And when they see fraud, when they see that kind of thing has happened, they're going to be pursuing people and prosecuting pretty hard. So you don't want to get yourself in that situation. So please don't try to do a short sale to a family member, a friend, or somebody that you know. Number 7 is, don't do a short sale to somebody like a real estate investor who says, I will buy your house and let you live in it and rent it back from me. Again, unless that is disclosed to your bank, that's fraud. And most banks are not okay with that. Most banks will not allow you to stay in the property and rent it back from the new owner after doing a short sale. So again, you're going to get yourself into potential felony trouble down the road in the future. You don't want to do that. Number 8 is, don't allow a quote-unquote real estate investor to come in and try to purchase your home through a short sale at a lowball price. For a variety of reasons. Again, if your bank finds out later on that it wasn't a true market sale, they may consider it fraud. They may pursue you and the real estate investor. And then there's also opening you up for the potential for a deficiency judgment where you'd have to pay the bank back the money. Your tax consequences may be higher if you do that. So there's all sorts of reasons not to do that. If you do a short sale, you should work with a legitimate real estate broker to do a legitimate short sale on the open market. And the last thing not to do, the biggest mistake I see people do at this point, is they sit there and do nothing, basically. They just kind of hope that their problem is going to go away, and it's not. The house is going to go to the trustee sale on the county courthouse steps, and the sheriff is going to come over with an eviction notice. So, and that's not what anybody wants. So there's definitely ways to avoid it even this late. I'd be happy to sit with you and discuss your scenario and your options. You can reach me. My name is Mike Weller. I'm with Keller Williams and SoCalShortSaleSolution.com. You can reach me 714-989-6176. You can reach me over in LA County at 310-909-6176. I hope this information was useful, and I wish you the best of luck. Take care.